So we're recording. So let's start by you sharing your name with us.
Barbara Cullen.
Hello, Barbara.
Hello,
and
Paula.
you're here at ABT, and you're on your way out the door.
Yes.
But what I want to ask you about is what drove you to come visit us.
Initially, my shoulder. I hurt my shoulder a few months ago. Overuse up on the roof at our cabin doing some work, and then we were there for 4 weeks, and I overdid it for 4 weeks every single day. I think is what happened. But anyway, which prevented me from playing tennis, which is something that's my well, it's not my life, but I love tennis, and it's my exercise outlet, my social outlet, my stress outlet, you know, the whole thing. So I've been kind of down in the dumps in the last couple months because I haven't been getting out and stuff. And I was talking to my niece, who first got a acuscope,
Right.
Because she's an esthetician, and she has a friend who had been very ill for years with her back and lots of back surgeries and horrible, debilitating pain to the point well, she was down to 80 pounds. She said she sounded like an old woman because of the compression in the larynx, and was really on her last legs of hope, really, because she's been through the surgeries, she's been through all the different types of Western medicine, Eastern medicine, alternative medicine, everything she could think of. And anyway, she decided to, her name's Patty, and she's decided to come here, and she was healed in five days, which is a miracle. And she sounds like a normal, 55-year-old woman, I think she is, and putting weight back on. And her friends who first saw her thought she'd had a facelift because she looked so good. But, she wasn't in pain anymore for the first time. And her husband felt like he'd just gotten his wife back. And anyway, it was just like hearing a story of like a miracle from someone who I knew offhand. My niece had known him for years and years. And so I'm going, wow, I wonder if they could do something for my shoulder. And, my husband's knees are, been killing him for years, and they're saying that he needs surgery. And then I thought, wow, I lost my hearing about 5 years ago. So it was a sudden deafness thing that the doctors didn't know what was wrong. They said I either had a stroke to the ear or it was a virus, which means they really don't know what it was. And they said the only way to really determine it was to do an autopsy.
Let me think about that.
Yeah. So I thought, wow, wonder if he could do something for that. So anyway, so I emailed Ed, and because I was too shy to get on the phone, and he called me back, and I was so surprised that Mr. LaFleur called me back. I'm going, oh my God, I can't believe he called me back. Wow, this is so cool. And anyway, I told him my story, and he said, yeah, I think we can help you, and I went, wow, to have some hope that maybe I could get my hearing back. And the ringing, the constant ringing, it just makes you crazy. But
did you have what was called tinnitus? Or
well, it came when I lost my hearing.
Okay.
And I don't know if it's common. It's not a high-pitched ring like I think
some people
my
have.
husband's was. But anyway, so we came here, and my shoulder's like A-okay. I'm ready to get back on.
You can do this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Range of motion.
Oh
Incredible.
yeah. It's good. It's a little. I just had my last treatment a few minutes.
Yeah.
So it's a little tender right here, but no, I'm good to go. So, and he did a bunch. Ended up finding out I've got major TMJ, which Ed thinks maybe contributed to the deafness. So anyway, it'll be a few weeks yet that he thinks that hopefully my hearing will come back. We'll see, but I'm hopeful.
Well, you're happy about being able to go home and play tennis.
Yes, I am.
Awesome.
I am, because these, I kept being warned by my doctor, these shoulder injuries, you could be out for, at least, up to a year, maybe more. And I have a sister who I thinking is going to be coming out here now too, because she hurt her shoulder about 8 years ago, and still it bothers her on so many levels. So.
Well, and it's interesting that your shoulder injury was tied to your activities, your social life, your exercise. The whole thing went together, and so I mean, I'm assuming that there was a little bit of melancholy that settled in.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, and you're not feeling like that anymore.
No.
And your quality of life is
Exactly.
back again.
And I think that's what really, why my husband came. I don't know that he would have come for himself, but he wanted me to get my shoulder better because he saw how down in the dumps I was about it. So I said, well, you should get your knees fixed too.
Yeah.
And so he was a little reticent, but then decided to come, and by God, he was practically cured in 3 treatments, and he is now.
So we have his testimonial,
Oh.
but let me ask you what you would say to other people that might be hearing what you have to say about your experience here at ABT.
Well, I was telling my husband the other night, I said, it's funny how you come somewhere as a last resort when it should be your first resort. And that's the first thing I guess I would tell somebody. Don't wait, and don't make it, and don't make it harder than it has to be. I mean, this is so much. I mean, I can't imagine going through surgery and then finding out I could have had this done.
Right.
And for a lot less cost too.
Right.
On a lot of levels. I mean,
Well, time-wise and everything.
time-wise, yeah. There's so many other components
With no risk.
with no risk.
Yeah.
And meeting the most fabulous people in the world.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.